Welcome to the JoezMcfly Sports Channel. It is your boy JoezMcfly here. And for the first time since the Yankees were eliminated, I'm going to go ahead and just talk about what's going on. I took a couple of days off, did not want to do anything. Enjoyed Halloween with the kids, but little did I know that the scariest thing that I would see would be that fifth inning for the Yankees. Freaking sucks. First of all, congratulations to the Dodgers. Listen, all is fair, love and war and all of that stuff. And when you're competing or when you're like rooting for your team and doing all of that stuff, hey, I'm all for the shit talk. However, when you lose, I'm all for, tipping your cap. And I'm going to go ahead and do that to the 2024 champions, Los Angeles Dodgers. Congrats to them. Good for them realizing their potential and all of that stuff, what they set out to do back in April. Now, the team that did not do what they set out to do back in actually February, March, or whatever it is, whenever the spring training first started, was the New York Yankees, amongst other teams. The other 29 other teams did not. I was thinking for a little while about how I felt, and I took this weekend to kind of just sit down and really actually decompress and think about what the hell it was that I saw, especially being in the building for that game. Because when we went down 3-0, I told myself, I don't know if it was to guard my heart, protect my heart, or whatever it was, I said, I won't believe in this team unless they get it, unless they have a lead in a game 6. In this video, we're going to talk about the World Series and what the hell happened, how I wasn't surprised, the postseason for the New York Yankees, the team, the mentality that it was, how as Yankee fans we handle losing, and why it's different than other teams, and whatever else comes to mind. We'll have another video where I'm going to go ahead and sit down and discuss what I think the Yankees offseason plans will be, or what I think would be the best blueprint for them to have good sustained success going forward. Whether it's different positions, obviously Soto is an unrestricted free agent right now, and Yankees have open spaces in left field, right field, unless you're putting Judge back over there. So left field, 2 outfield spots and 2 infield spots, first base and second base, or first base and third base, depending on how you look at it. So we'll talk about that. That'll be another video where I sit down and I'll record that, and I'll talk about what I think will be best for the Yankees going forward, what I think that they'll actually do, and contingency plans in case other things don't work out, whether Soto decides not to be a Yankee or what. I don't know. Before we get started in this video, I want you guys to make sure you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel, and support like that. You guys have been awesome. It has been amazing. This channel has experienced an insane amount of growth, at least more than what it has in past Octobers, and that's because of you guys. Whether you guys are here to drink Yankee fan tears, that's fine, you're welcome. Or you're just a Yankee fan that's rooting for your team and wants like-minded thoughts or want to see something like that. So I do appreciate you guys rolling through. We also have, in terms of subscribers and views, and like my last video that I put out, the last vlog of the Yankees losing and getting eliminated, had over 60,000 views, and that's pretty awesome because that's the most of any video on this channel. Hopefully we can be able to grow. But without further ado, let's go ahead and talk about this. First of all, let's start off with the World Series, right? The New York Yankees lost this World Series, and it didn't happen in that 5th inning that we think about and will stick with us all postseason long. It wasn't in that 5th inning. They lost it back in spring training. They lost it back. And you're saying, what do you mean? A lot of the reason why the Yankees lost this series had to do with fundamentals. There's a particular graphic that's gonna stick with me for a long time, and I hope it sticks with the Yankees and the Yankee fans as well as the Yankee players for about as long as well. The New York Yankees, this is the World Series. These are the World Series stats here. Yes, the Dodgers lead in that 4 wins to 1 department, but everywhere else it is equal. And it had the makings of what you feel a 7-game series should be, not what a 5-game series should be. Look at this. In runs scored, the New York Yankees are almost there. 25-4, Dodgers were up by 1. In average, the Yankee pitching actually held their team batting average lower. Actually, if you think about it, Ohtani was impaired. He was hurt or whatnot, and then that was a big issue. Then you had the 9 homers to 7. Yankees out-homered them. Yankees had better hits, runners in scoring position. I mean, neither team really had anything good, but there it went. The difference was in the same areas that we've been talking about, that any Yankee fan has actually talked about for a long time. If you actually sat down and watched the team, the concerns were the same and the concerns were real. It was always the same. The Yankees always seemed to lose the game in the areas that professional baseball teams shouldn't. Errors happen to any team. Base running errors happen with any team. It happened. But the frequency in which it happens with the New York Yankees, especially in this year, was infuriating. And it reared its ugly head at the wrong time. It reared its ugly head at the wrong time. We sit down and take a look at this inning here. First of all, Garrett Cole had a no-hitter going into the 5th inning, gives up a leadoff hit. This is the fly ball to Aaron Judge. Right there in his glove, he just whiffs on it. What is that? That is not a ball you're supposed to make an error on. First and second, nobody out. Meanwhile, if you think about it, Judge actually made an amazing play just a couple of plays prior. Then a ground ball to Volpe, which, okay, listen. I will tell you this. Anthony Volpe is probably the best at making that play, which is going to third base, that I see, and I feel like he's always converted on that play. However, the Yankees, you're throwing to a guy that's not a third baseman in Jazz Chisholm. So that was an issue. I mean, look at this play. This is a ground ball. You can't really see where the other position is, but Jazz is going to the play. Hey, listen, look at the situation here. Yankees are up 5-0. There is no outs left in the inning. Runners on first and second. All you need to do is collect outs. Even if that lead runner scores, it's 5-1. Let's trade outs for runs at this point in time because the Yankees are going good, and so is Garrett Cole. So at this point in time, he gets the ball right here. Now, he can throw across the diamond, and it's Will Smith, and he does run well for a catcher, sure. But he could have thrown him out to first. You're not getting a double play on this, probably. Yes, I understand. This, look at how much space is here. You could go ahead and get the leadoff runner and whatnot. By the time he turns around, Jazz is in a weird position. The throw is weird. Boom. It's just a strange play. And it just reminds you on why that play isn't really made that much. And it kind of reminds you on why left-handed fielders do not play shortstop. You're throwing across your body here, and you got to almost turn your back to the play to make a correct throw. And yeah, this throw should have been made. Yes, that catch should have been made by Jazz. Jazz is not a third baseman. But maybe you take an easier throw, an easier play, and you get the out. Whatever, that's not even the craziest one. Garrett Cole comes out, he strikes out Gavin Lux with the bases loaded, then strikes out Ohtani with the bases loaded, and you're thinking, oh, we're gonna get out of this. Mookie Betts, then he squibs one to first base. Rizzo for some, oh my God, look at this play. That play has to be made. Now, there's some issues on both parts here, right? There's a ground ball going to first, and Rizzo is moving left to right, right? There he goes. He's moving from left to right. I think at this point, he should probably, the ball has some English on it. He should charge the ball here. He should charge the ball here. Okay, Rizzo, charge the ball. Now, Garrett Cole is supposed to continue going over there. However, he sees Rizzo. He's thinking, oh, it's fine. By the time Rizzo fields his ball, look where he's at. He's not even in a position to run to first. Garrett Cole is not going to beat out Mookie Betts here. So I don't know what the hell this was about. He just kind of stops. And Mookie Betts just beats him to the bag. This was the worst inning of baseball that I've ever seen in my life. Of course, this happens. Freddie Freeman, who's been hot as all hell, brings in 2 runs, and then Teoscar Hernandez comes up right after to be able to hit a shot to left field, and boom, tie game, guys. It's a tie game, 5-5, and you're not liking this at all. You hate this. Garrett Cole to this point has pitched his ass off. He's been awesome, but the Yankees even had a lead to this point. It's fine on a sac fly, but in this inning, hey, it kind of stunk. In this inning, Yankees were supposed to be out there. They ended up bringing out Kaley. Kaley loaded the bases with no outs, all right? And they brought in Luke Weaver into almost an impossible situation. He's able to get 2 flyouts, ended up being 2 sac flies, and basically that was the game, guys. That was it. I had an argument where I thought that maybe Boone, with your season on the line and the fact that the Dodgers just came back from 5 to tie this game and it's a do or die game, maybe you should have brought in Kaylee. That's just me. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. But I think that that's what he needed to do. Go out there, throw in Luke Weaver, get him down 1, 2, 3, because nothing's worse than walks to the bottom of the lineup to bring the top of the lineup up. And that stunk. 2 sac flies, basically. They were able to get Ohtani out, but then sac fly to Mookie Betts basically did him in. It was 7-6, and then the Yankees lose 7-6 there. And that's all she wrote, guys. Now, again, that graphic that I showed you guys earlier, you know, you looked at what you've seen in that highlight clip. It had nothing to do with ability and all of that stuff. Yes, the Dodgers had to come through and put the bat on the ball. Let's give them credit for that. But the Yankees opened the door so much that the Dodgers had to run through. Dodgers were already looking toward tomorrow, guys. Everybody was looking toward Game 6 being the first team to make it to Game 6 after being down 3-0. And the Yankees had that game and that inning after Garrett Cole puts together one of the best performances that I've seen. It was insane looking at some of the stuff after, because you got to see, like, you know, I like this. I do. I really do love this. This was what happened. This was what the Dodgers said after the series. It says what the Dodgers told their players in scouting meetings was that the Yankees were talent over fundamentals. That if you run the bases with purpose and aggression, the Yankees will self-inflict harm, as was exposed by Betts, Tommy Edman, Freddie Freeman, etc. That the value was very high to put the ball in play to make the Yankees execute. They mentioned that the Yankees were not just the major's worst base running team by every metric, but that the difference was vast on the field between them and the Padres, who the Dodgers beat in the NLDS, but were very impressive in this area. I mean, I'm sorry, guys. Ah, man. Oh, jeez. And then you look at this. It says that they were thrilled at how short Yankee leads were at first base to potentially be less of a threat on pivots at second where Gavin Lux does not excel. Now, that's scouting. They said their metrics had the Yankees as the worst position outfield in baseball. They were amazed at how many relay throws came skittering through the infield with no one taking charge, and how often Jazz Chisholm Jr., for example, was out of place or just standing still when a play was in action. And this isn't an indictment on Jazz Chisholm Jr. I love the energy that he brings. I love the athleticism that he brings. But third base is not something that came natural to him at first. He's very athletic and he'll make a lot of plays over there. However, the little things as far as positioning yourself when the ball is hit, that's not instinctual to him right now. Not yet. And for the Yankees to be so adamant against doing defensive replacements for him, it was wild to me, but not surprising. The Yankees have been this team all year. The Yankees have been arrogant about a lot of things, because this isn't the first time that they were told that they've had bad base running. This isn't the first time that they were told that they have players that are not good defensively. This is not the first time that they were told about different things that they just kind of shrug off and say, no, we're good in those areas. Our metrics tell us different. The Dodgers scouting report for a World Series team, for a team that just won the American League, cannot be make them play baseball. That's insane. Just make them play baseball. To do that is almost disrespectful to the sport. But you can't blame the Dodgers. You gotta blame the Yankees. For the Yankees, the fact that a team is just saying, yo, let's just make them play ball, bro. That can't be the scouting report. I'm sorry. And I hope the Yankees feel embarrassed. I hope that the Yankees organization feels embarrassed, but I have a feeling deep down inside that they don't. I have a feeling that they're going to kind of chalk it up to, hey, this is just baseball or whatever, or the draw, or I don't know. It kind of feels like that's what they'll do, because that's what they always do. And that leads to no accountability. There is no accountability on the team. And I think that comes with vets, or the lack thereof, of people that have been there, done that, because the team has lost something ever since CeCe and Gardner have bounced, and from the organization top down. Because Aaron Boone's not holding anybody to the wall to let them know, hey, this is unacceptable. This is not Yankee baseball. They just let them do whatever the hell they want to do. And the only reason, I'm not even in that clubhouse, and the only reason that I believe that with my heart of hearts is because the continuous errors just happen over and over again with this team. It's not a one-off, and sometimes it's from the same players over and over and over again. It's almost like they're saying, oh, they're major leaguers, they're fine, they'll figure itself out, it'll figure itself out. And it's not like that. That's an issue to me. That's a problem. The Yankees what I felt was self-sabotage. Game 1, positioning Soto where he did, he had 2 balls go to right field that basically became triples. Misplayed them both. One of them was also on a bobble. Glaber also bobbled the ball, and there wasn't anybody there to cut the ball off. I mean, those are issues. Yankees need fundamentally sound players. Yes. They need high IQ players. Yes. And we'll talk about that in the other video on why, you know, when I'm doing my blueprint stuff together. But the real thing that they need is people to hold people accountable. It's a top-down approach from Randy Levine all the way down through the organization, because George Steinbrenner used to hold people accountable. So there isn't anybody within that organization that cannot be held accountable, because he used to hold himself accountable as far as the Yankees. The day after the Yankees would lose in the playoffs or lose in the World Series or whatever it is, he would write a letter to the fans and call WFAN apologizing to the fan base. But that's George Steinbrenner, and we'll talk about that more in a little bit. But those are big issues. The spoils are the spoils, and it is what it is. You cannot have people scouted in Port B, like I said. Yo, just make them play baseball, man. They're just gonna play Yankee baseball. That's just what they do. For that to happen, it should be embarrassing. I was embarrassed as a Yankee fan hearing that. Let me see if I can find the Joe Kelly thing. Here's Joe Kelly.
When we were down 5-0, they put Fat Joe up on the board. I was like, oh, it's an easy dub now. You know, Fat Joe's the curse. And, you know, they started kicking the ball around and playing Yankee defense.
I didn't even notice.
He was on the Jumbotron.
Right before the 5th.
I'm pretty sure, he was on Jumbotron. Yeah. And I looked over at Honeywell and I said, the Fat Joe curse watch. And we just started chipping away, bad play. And, you know, end up getting Dodgers, second one with the Dodgers.
It's not about the Fat Joe thing, which it kind of is, but it's also, because I don't know what the hell Fat Joe was doing there, man. Like, I don't know what's going on, the whole Fat Joe thing. It was just a bad vibe. But anyway, it was more about him saying they started kicking the ball around and playing Yankee defense. It's a staple everybody around the league knows. For some reason, the AL Central did not do anything to try to take advantage of it, because either they didn't scout well or whatever it is, and the Yankees were just so much better. But with the Dodgers, the Yankees gave the Dodgers a whole inning of outs. They made the Dodgers play 10 1/3 innings in that one game. It was a bad game. Game 5 was. But it was a bad series for them also. And a person that needs to just sit there, and I hope this sticks in their craw, bro. Aaron Judge, man. A lot of this is on you, dog. And it's not even about the one game and the error or whatever it is. Fine. It's more about Aaron Judge didn't show up hitting-wise for the Yankees. Heaviest is the head that wears the crown. And you're the captain of the team. And I'm sure he's thinking about that. He's the captain of the team. And he felt like he probably feels like he let the team down. Probably feels like, man, I should have did better. And he should have. He should have. Aaron Boone should have managed his World Series better. Yes, Nestor Cortez should not have been in Game 1 against Freddie Freeman. Should have been Tim Hill, who, by the way, Tim Hill retired Shohei Ohtani and Freddie Freeman in this series with maximum efficiency. How about that? Who would have thought? He's only earned the right to do it because of what he's done this whole postseason. Shout out to Tim Hill. But that was a problem. Aaron Boone kind of managed this weird. He refused to also make adjustments within the lineup, which is, you know what? It's fine. And it took him a while before he can be able to do certain things. And he moved G down, which I don't know how I feel about that. But a lot of this falls on Judge. Aaron Judge did not hit. Yes, he hit a home run in the 5th game of the series. He finally arrived in the series, but a little too late. Yankees were down 3-0 already before he got that single in Game 2 where it looked like, oh shit, that looks like an Aaron Judge swing. He didn't show up. The Yankees had me, guys. They really had me. In a game where they were up 5-0, I said, you know what? I'm not going to let the Yankees reel me back into the series unless they have a lead in Game 6. And guess what? In Game 5, I was all in. In Game 5, I was in the stands. I was cheering. I had some hype moments. I was screaming at the top of my lungs. That first inning was awesome. Garrett Cole was looking great. All of this stuff. But you know what? You know what was so crazy? We were in that suite. It was me, my boy Rams, who you guys have seen in the video, Jamal, Mr. Mac with Cheese, my brother Jeffrey, John Boy, and Jake. We were cheering, except for one person. His name was Ram. He just stood there the whole night, not cheering. Yankees was up 5-0. all the momentum, Garrett Cole pitching, getting strikeouts, the crowd going crazy. He wasn't hyped. I don't know if he has some sort of future sight, but he says, I'm gonna wait. I just seen too much with this team. And I should have known better, dog. I should have known better. I should have known better, because this was the Yankee season. I seen this. I caught this online on Twitter. I forgot the guy, man. If you guys know the guy's name, please tag him below in the comments or something. All of these games, I want you guys to tell me, how many of these games did the Yankees win? How many of these games do you feel like the Yankees won? None! And this is just a little snippet of games for the Yankees. None of these games were wins. None of them. Look at all of these situations. All of them. And the Yankees were adamant that they're fine. They were a team that gave up leads. They were a team that allowed Holmes to give up plenty of blown saves. Look at these situations. But this is the team that they've been all year. The team that was there all year were teams that get thrown out at home. The teams that were there all year are teams that allowed people like Shohei Ohtani to end up on third base after a double was hit to Soto, who bobbled the ball, throws it into Glaber, and Glaber lets it just dribble by and get into right where the pitcher mound was, and there was nobody there as a backup cutoff, where nobody knows where to be positioned for a particular cutoff to a ball that goes to the outfield. Little fundamental things, to the point where the Yankees, the scouting report on the Yankees is their talent over fundamentals. Just make them play baseball, dog. They'll find a way. And how am I taking this loss? How do I take this loss? For me, it's a failure. If the Dodgers would have beat you in 6-7 games, close series, and you know what, it's back and forth, whatever, you tip your cap, you're still not happy you lost, you're there. But with the way that the Yankees lost, they went down 3-0. The series was basically over there. The Yankees in game 6 should have been up 3-2, forcing the Dodgers to try to come back in the series, but they did not. They didn't win game 1. They lost that game. They lost game 2. Yamamoto dominated them. Game 3, they lost at home. That was an embarrassment. Game 4, they threw their bullpen out there, and they threw AAA starters, and the Yankees finally woke up and started to hit. Game 5, they had a lead in the 5th inning with Garrett Cole pitching about as good as I seen him, and the Yankees don't win that game. They only win 1 game. They should be up 3-2. But we don't play in shouldas, because shoulda, coulda, woulda doesn't pay the rent. The Yankees made a boatload of money, guys. Don't let them cry broke. They made so much money on the Yankees for making the World Series. They got all 3 gates, okay? People buying concessions. I got 2 World Series caps here. I don't know what the hell to do with. I'm not wearing this shit. My patch on the side here says 2000 when they won. The only patches I wear are the W patches, not the L ones. And that's an L, a big L. 15 years for this. But it starts with the accountability. Top down. Starts with the accountability. I took a picture right outside of the Yankee Stadium suite where I know it doesn't happen. This stuff doesn't happen. Like if these 2 guys are around, it just doesn't. I put accountability. This is after the game, and I am not happy. This shit doesn't happen on the George and Joe. It just doesn't, because it didn't. It didn't. It was so frustrating to watch that damn team do what they did in the World Series. The Dodgers held up, for the most part, their end of the bargain. They didn't even need to really try, dog. They just had to play ball. And then I got to hear about how Yankee fans should be reacting to this series because we lost. And this is Chris Rose talking on Baseball Today.
There are some Yankee fans that will call 2024 a failure. I think it's an unhealthy way to think, to be honest with you. Aaron Judge almost hit 60 homers again. So did you not enjoy that? Did you not enjoy perhaps the 1 year of Juan Soto where he mushed a ball in Cleveland, gave maybe the best at bat of the entire season and sent you to the World Series? None of that made you feel good? I mean, really? So you want to pour all your energy for 7 months into the team that you love? It's okay to be disappointed. Shit, I was disappointed by the Guardians, but you know what? I wouldn't look at it as a failed season. And some people say, well, Rose, that's the difference between New York and Cleveland. You're a loser if you don't think that way. Well, I'm going to let you in on a few facts here, my friends. In the last 24 seasons, the Yankees have exactly as many World Series championships as the mighty Washington Nationals, the mighty Angels, the mighty Marlins, the mighty Rangers. So you tell me, if you want to keep living in the past with the great teams of yesteryear, and I respect the hell out of the organization, but don't give me this crap. You guys are not the same. It is not the same as it used to be. Well, if George Steinbrenner were here, stop saying that. He hasn't been alive for almost 15 years. His kids are not like him. Stop it with that. It's a good team. It's a good organization. You're not the best in this sport.
And Chris Rose, with all due respect, you are incorrect buddy. I'm sorry. I'm just going to say it. You cannot tell Yankee fans on how they should take this loss for many reasons, okay? And the main reason is this.
Out of all your awards, which is the one that's most special to you? We'll go down
When we
there.
win, that's it.
Is it that plain and simple for you, though?
Yeah, I mean, that's why you play.
Is it winning or misery for you?
Yeah.
What's misery like for you?
It's tough. You play to win. In anything. If you want to race me down the street, I'm going to beat you. Because it's black and white for me. I don't think you're happy finishing second or happy getting to a World Series. The goal is to win. If I don't win, then not fun.
So what's worse, 2007 or 2001, 2003? You get to the World Series, but you lose, or not even making it to the World Series?
I mean, how do you rate losing?
It's all misery to you.
Yeah, I've never understood it. It feels better because we made it to the World Series and lost. Why does that feel better? I've never understood that. I really don't get that one.
You've accomplished something by at least getting to the World Series.
What did you accomplish? You lost.
What did you accomplish? You lost. Baseball-wise, Jeter raised me. The way that he thinks is the way that I think now. You cannot blame Yankee fans for feeling how they feel about a season. They want a winner. They deserve a winner. Why? And maybe it is different in Cleveland. Maybe it is different with other teams and whatnot. It is. But to me, it's always been 29 teams and the Yankees. It's always been that. And I won't apologize for that. And the Yankees shouldn't either. That's just what it is. But what you fail to realize is this is what the Yankee fans are sold. They're sold what George Steinbrenner used to think. They're sold on pride, power, pinstripes. They sell the rings. They sell legacy. They sell winning. The fact that the Yankees haven't had a losing season since 92, 93, or 93, it's a selling point for them. There's no losing. We're not a losing organization. And Yankee fans are upset that they have only one ring in those, 23 years that you talked about. Yes, they are. Because Yankee fans are told to pay top dollar for this team. Like I said, Yankees have made money. They've made money hand over fist with this team, especially in this run. They won't open the books and show you, but they've made a lot of money. A lot. Go ask any season ticket rep, any rep that's in the ticketing office. Ask them about season tickets for next year. They're almost out of inventory, and they didn't even win. Imagine if they would have won. That's what it is. The Yankees make money. The Yes Network, all that they sell you is winning. Yankeeography, they don't put losers up there. Winners. That's what they sell. The Yankees Monument Park is basically damn near Hall of Fame. So what are we talking about? It's not the same. You can't tell Yankee fans that. Yes, it's a freaking failure because this team's fundamentals were embarrassing to the organization. The fact that a team like the Dodgers can say, oh, we're just going to make them play baseball and they're going to self-inflict harm is an embarrassment. It is. And it's a disrespect. It's the disrespect to the legacy that's in pinstripes. So yes, Juan Soto's thing was fun. Juan Soto, the whole run was fun until that point. But when you get to the World Series, when you think of 2024, all you're going to think about is the Yankees barfing all over themselves in the World Series and that Game 5 that was the worst loss in World Series history. No team has ever lost a game that they've been up by 5 that far into the game. And the Yankees did. The boss said this.
Are you a graceful loser?
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I'm like a Yankee fan. My foot has gone through a number of television sets in my time. I bleed like those guys out there do, the fans. I mean, they hate to see it lose, and I hate to lose.
You take it personally?
Yes. Yes,
I
I
mean,
do.
what does it say about George Steinbrenner when the Yankees lose?
It says he's one of the worst losers in the world. You show me a good loser, and I'll show you a loser. And I got to be one of the worst.
You show me a good loser, and I'll show you a loser. That's what raised us as Yankee fans. So Yankee fans want a winner, and they deserve that. That's what it is. They got us out there buying chicken buckets and doing all of this stuff. The merch is through the roof. The tickets are through the roof. And that's just what it is. So I won't apologize for feeling how I'm feeling, fam. It's just what it is. The Yankees need to look in the mirror and be very truthful with themselves. I'll talk about this in a later video, right? But this World Series run, they should really take self-reflection here. Because sometimes you learn more by losing than you do by winning. And what you need to do is you need to sit back and use this and reflect. Because when you get back here, you don't want to make the same mistakes. under Aaron Boone, he's a nice guy. Awesome dude. I met him in person. Awesome. Great energy. I don't believe he can be the guy that can bring us to a World Series, to win a World Series. I don't believe that. So far, I'm proven right. Hopefully, I'm proven wrong. The Yankees, 1 hour. It felt like 1 hour after the Yankees were eliminated and the Dodgers were still celebrating on the field, the Yankees came out and basically let Martino know, somebody in the organization let Martino know, hey, we're going to be bringing back Aaron Boone. Right away. Listen, I hope things change. I hope things change for the better, but I think a lot of it comes with the self-reflection. You thought you were going to get some of it earlier, before the season started when they were doing the quote-unquote audit. That was just, I don't know what that was. It wasn't exactly what I thought it was going to be, but just a self-reflection on, hey, you know what? We're going to put a priority on base running, some higher IQ stuff, not running into out, not giving other teams more outs. There's only 27 of them. Let's not give a World Series team 30 outs maybe. Let's maybe not do that because talent-wise, they're there. Now you got more holes to fill now. So bring back Soto and try to fill up the rest of the roster with high IQ, good base running, good defensive players. Do that, and you'll see how your team vastly improves. Sometimes that stuff is contagious. And bring in some vets that are allowed to hold people accountable versus continuing this trend of like, oh, everybody just does whatever the hell they want. Because this isn't working. This is the easiest path that the Yankees have had to the World Series, and it showed. They got to the World Series, and I believe the Mets would have beat the Yankees. I believe the Padres would have beat the Yankees. 3 of the NL teams that were there would have beat the Yankees. I don't know if the Braves would have beat them. Don't know if the Phillies would have beat them. Maybe. But the Yankees were not a sound team. And that frustrates me. I was very frustrated, bro, leaving that building after Game 5 because they had me. They had me good, bro. They reeled me in. They really did reel me in, those That was the meanest thing any team could do to me. To give me hope. For 4 1/3 innings. Or no, for 4 innings plus. That 5th inning, they robbed Garrett Cole of 2 extra innings of pitching. He could have probably pitched the whole game, maybe. At least into the 8th or 9th. That was wild. Let me know what you guys think. Am I telling any lies here? Am I off the reservation with any of this stuff? Am I bugging? I don't think I am. Let me know if I am. Let me know in the comments. Like the video. Subscribe to the channel, and just remember, man, like, I don't ever want people to forget this. Don't ever forget this. This graphic right here will stick with me for a long, long, long time. And I don't want to hear anything about Kike Hernandez talking shit about Fat Joe and all of this stuff, or Joe. Like, I don't care, man. Till the victor go the spoils. Maybe you should have beat them and they wouldn't have been talking. This here screams to me they beat you in other things outside of the damn parameters. Errors, misplays, cutoff men, fundamentals. You lost the World Series on fundamentals. Thank you guys for watching. If you watch until this long, this is my rant. I've been waiting for a while to have it. The next videos that are going to come out are going to be cool. I'm going to cover the Yankee offseason, of course. I will cover the baseball offseason as well. And I'll do things on the next video will probably be more of a blueprint or what I want the Yankees to do with the roster, free agency. Obviously, Juan Soto is one of them. And in case we don't sign Juan Soto, what should we do? The other thing is that I'm going to try to do other things, whether it's watching old baseball games with people, or we'll go ahead and we'll watch some Winter League baseball. We'll watch some other sports. That'll be on YouTube. I'll probably try to schedule that out, probably like a 2 or 3 times a week thing, where we'll go ahead and do that. Let me know what you guys want to see or what you guys want to follow. We'll go ahead and do that. We'll talk about everything, and I also want to like dive into the Yankee history or even baseball history and like release some videos on those things as well, like just talking about like certain players or even certain teams, man. I'm down for learning in this off season. Maybe I'll read some books or like talk about some takeaways that I had from the books or whatever it is, and we'll go from there. I got a whole bunch of Yankee books back there that we could go through. But let me know, man. Let me know in the comments what you guys want to see in this off season. The end. This is basically the video of basically putting to rest the 2024 Yankees and what it is in moratorium. Thank you so much. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I will catch you guys later. Peace. Woo!